Hello, Buzzcocks, my name is Hudsley and welcome back to Space Age Factorio, where last time, here in our neighboring cell, we have built up a mall, kind of, for military production. And I promised today we will focus on more research, because at the end of last time we unlocked the last two here, as well as rocket sinks. But we will not get to everything today, so let's focus on the production science first. And I had a look here. If we want to have a yellow belt output, this is what we need. However, we will not get a full yellow belt output because with red belts, the maximum output we can move is 120 steel. So we will be a bit below, but the setup should be quite good. We need 140 for the science production itself, and we need 100 for the modules. And here we can see the input materials that we need. So it's 6 input materials, 1 output. And I think layout wise we can do 2 stations on left and right and 2 stations at the bottom for delivery, and then have, as usual, the 1 station at the top for the pickup. So I suggest I will start with placing in the stations, and then we will take it step by step with building up the production. All the stations are placed in, and I also added balancer at the output, so that where we do have materials that we need in multiple recipes, that we have the appropriate split already. And looking at this, I think we start with the electric furnace, because this has a bit of a quirky number of assembly machines. So I am thinking we want to have a double lane, which would then result in 17 assembly machines on each side. And outside we will have steel and stone on the red belt for 17, so that's 25, and in the middle we will have a belt of red and the output. And we should be able to squeeze that in down here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1 too much. So here, for the red, we basically have an even split with the materials. So we can just take this in like so, and then stone bricks we have on that side, so that goes this way. And then steel is coming from the other side. And the rest is just inserters, electric, and so on. So I think the difficult part is figured out. And output wise we're producing 5. So actually let's bring the output here to the side, because that leaves us room here on this side to do other stuff. Let me finish this part, and then we can focus on the first complex build that we need here for the productivity modules. This is how it turned out. What we're missing still are stone bricks, but we can see so far everything works as intended, so I'm hopeful that brick will also not pose a problem. And then here on this side I have placed 10 additional assemblers just to figure out how much space we have here, because if we look at the productivity module production, we need 100, and that divides neatly into 10, and if we double up, that would be 20 per line, which means we would have to have 5 such modules that we can stack kind of here upwards. We will have to bring in the steel over to the middle, because that we will need for the rails. But here we can have this set, and if we look at the production, that's 15 seconds, and if we look here, each second we produce 5, so that's 1 yellow belt, and for all 100 assembly machines. And if we divide this by 5, that's then basically 5 circuits that we need per 20 assembly lines, so we can have the input as a yellow belt as well as the output. So input here, then we will have to figure out how to do this, because we need green circuits on it, and we need the red circuits on it, and that will not work. We move that one higher up, that could work. Then we bring this over from here, where we have the other one, and then green circuits there, which means we have this here, and then output goes on the auto belt, and then the other side would be vice versa. And neatly, with this setup, we don't even need any belts on the outside. That's neat, I would say. So let me build up all 5 of those modules, consider where we bring through the steel, and then we can turn our attentions to the last few steps in this process. With the productivity modules in place, we can have a look at the next step, which are the rails. And for that, we first need to produce the sticks from iron plates. And this is kind of a weird setup because input-wise, or we have an uneven number here of assembly machines. Input-wise, we also are uneven, not one full red belt, but a bit more. But what's good is we need half the assemblers that we need, assemblers for the sticks than we need for the rails. So I was thinking maybe we can do direct insertion and have a row of 10 for the rails. 10 for the rails, that means that would be 15 output, and if we then have the same thing on the opposite side, that's 30. Well, that does not work out that well. For the output, we probably have to see that we can distribute that evenly on a belt. But let's leave a bit of space here and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, and then these are the ones for the sticks. And if we do it this way, there we need those. If we do it this way, then basically we can have a yellow belt here for input. Making sure that we have one inserter in each one of those. And then we want to have, let's make this our output. And let's do it that way. And bring this over. And then we need steel and stone on it. So what if we bring stone here from this side? And steel from there. Does not work that well. Maybe we just, okay, we will move this over by 1. There, that still works. And we will have it that way. And we can have the inserter here. That should work out. And that's 10. And we can stack 5 of those up, which means here we need a balancer that gets us 3 to 5. Yeah, that does not work that way. So let's place it here. Then output-wise, 1 yellow belt. That's the output of the rails. That's the input of the iron. No, that's the stone. That's the stone. Stone, we have 3. And we need also 5. So we can copy that. We probably should copy the whole thing. Let's bring this down a bit. Here. Then here, output-wise, once again, we have yellow belt. Nice. We do need power. Do it this way, should be able to cover everything, almost everything. There. And then let's also add some lamps. And copy this over. I want to align it nicely. One. And if we bring that up to there, and we should be able to align it nicely. It's 3, 4, 5. All right, so let the robots build this up, and then we have one final step 140 assembly machines for the actual science production. I tried to wire everything together as good as it gets. Here we have the output of our rails. We're coming in with 5 red belts, and if we look at this number, that indicates that if we want to go with 20 a row, double it up for a 20 column, then we need 7 columns, which needs 7 outputs that we have here. Then from down here we eventually should get the electric furnaces. From this side we have the productivity modules, and this here is one such stack. So we can actually copy this and that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fits in nicely. All that I have to figure out is how to make the connection down here, because for the rails, that's a simple thing, because we already have one belt that we just need to connect. But here we have to bring the smelters and the productivity modules onto one single belt, a yellow belt, and then up here we should probably combine the output and balance that neatly, so we load the cargo wagons evenly. Everything is hooked up here and well balanced, and I have only been waiting for this train to arrive so we can finally produce these electric furnaces, or furnae, and with that we are now producing the first bottles of production science, which I would call great success for this episode. We have our train here waiting. It will be a while until that one is full and we can actually do some research with it. But while we are at it, I think next time we will move to the yellow bottles, the utility science, so we can check that off as well, and then we see how to move forward from there on. But for now, that's it. Goodbye!